Hello you guys, welcome back to another story time on this channel. Guys, the story times just write themselves. There's no day without male audacity. So, but it gives me content. So let's just hop right into this video. Being a woman on the internet, am I right? Even if you're not like an intentional, consistent poster like me, I don't know if you guys are just on YouTube or if you guys follow me on Instagram. On Instagram, I don't have that much clout, y'all. I have 4,000 followers. But it's like my intentional posting Instagram where I post videos, and I get a lot of comments on how people are like, when I see your videos, I expected you to have like a lot of followers because girl, I've been seeing your face on my feed every single day. And I'll be like, whoa, right? So it's like, even though sometimes you look at stuff like that, you reach more people than you think. So I tend to get follows every day, DMs every day, in the requests, stuff like that, just being a girl on the internet. Rarely does it happen when someone follows me and I look and I'm actually like, oh, who is that? Who is that? Who is that? Who that in the back? But I remember this one day, this one guy followed me. I was at work. This is how men be thinking there's like, this is how you know, like men, you can tell when they're intentional with following you or they're really trying to get your attention but be nonchalant, because I seen like the activity from this man when I got off of work. Again, if you don't post and like have analytics to look at on Instagram, I don't know if this is the same for everybody, but I can see literally like what someone followed me from. Like it'll say like someone followed me from this reel or whatever. I seen this guy followed me from a reel. He liked my story at like a certain time because again, I'm at work, so I haven't been on my phone for hours. And then I seen it also said followed again like 3 hours later. So I was like, so this like man like followed me, got cold feet, like I don't know, maybe followed me again to get my attention, whatever. I just seen like the pattern where I was like, who is this? And also the profile picture, he looked fine. So I looked, I was like, okay, he's looking my age, he's looking in Southern California. That's the thing, y'all. Sorry to some of the men on my Instagram. I almost got stuck in another long distance, babe. Y'all know how the internet works. I can't. Sometimes fine men be following me. I'm like, baby, we can't do this from Texas. I'm not even gonna try. But yeah, this guy looked fine. As a Southern California resident, I love my country, California. I could tell by the pictures and the aesthetic, like, oh, okay, he's from Southern California. So I follow him back. So I follow this man back. I'm not gonna text you first. This not. I've slid in DMs before. I've never slid in DMs. I was gonna say I've never slid in DMs and it's been successful. Pause. I always made it. Except this one time, this guy had a girlfriend. Don't jump me, guys. Don't jump me. He didn't have any pictures, any signs. I was like, that's what I'm done being bold because I'm embarrassed, even though I didn't know. And this is awkward. But also, nigga, why did you follow me back if you had a girl? You know, what's wrong with y'all? Anyway, no. I've always like made it, but I've never actually slid in the DMs and it's like gone somewhere. Like it actually became something. So I don't say anything to this man. Basically, for a couple days, it's just like story liking warriors. Like again, men think they're slick. Why right after I follow him, they want to post a selfie? You want to post a selfie because because I didn't spam him or anything. So he wanted to make sure I found him attractive. Whoop, like the selfie, whatever. Whatever, I know what you're doing. We basically played story like warriors for a couple days. Like he would like my story. I liked his, but again, I'm not saying anything. I don't know. I'm just not really in that era. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so a couple days passed. But to be honest too, it's like I hadn't posted anything. I mean, if you really want to slide up on something, I guess you could slide up on anything. Because I've had guys who wanted to get at me who would just slide up and like comment about something they agreed with that I posted or something. But I hadn't really posted like a picture of myself. And this day I posted a picture of myself, but again, I wasn't even trying to give like baddie. It was like a picture of me and my dog. Like it was just a selfie with my dog. Y'all know the go. So I post a picture and he slides up. He slid up. So again, this man's timing kind of sucks because I posted this picture before work, went to work, got off work, saw he said something that it was from like 3 hours ago. Again, Guys, when I'm telling you the intentional signs that this man was sending me, pay attention and remember that for how it ended up, okay? Because also I noticed like this man, y'all know when a man is on your like white on rice, okay? He watches your story super quick. Like he was my first viewer like those whole 3 days. It's like he was just waiting to say something. And when I posted the selfie, again, he was the first person to say something. But then when I get off work and I say he liked it and he said something, it was 3 hours ago. So you saw the story like 6 hours ago, but you were pondering, going back and forth if you should say something. Then you finally decided to say something after a couple hours. Like y'all are not slick. Y'all are not slick. Like guys, remember that. Remember that. So he says something, whatever. I'm like, hey, we get to talking. Just the typical. We start talking about common interests, like, oh, where are you from? Like, I was right that he was a Southern California resident, but he definitely wasn't in my city. And it didn't look like my city. Like, my California radar just be 2T. But again, he was like within distance, but we didn't live in the same area. He was telling me about how he was in school. I'm like, oh, talk about how, yeah, when I was in high school, I applied to that school too. Just talking about like, I don't know, y'all. Like I said, it was just, the conversation was just kind of flowing. He was funny. Red flag that he did hit me with. Cause one thing, I was looking at this profile where I was like, this guy looks around my age, but how old is he? Cause he didn't have his profile in his picture. He was 2 years younger than me. Every time I tell a story, no, I don't even want to blame the young ho. Because I was gonna say every time a 2 years younger than me warrior, I tell a story about a 2 years younger than me warrior, they're always so trifling. But then I have trifling stories about men older than me too. So I think the common denominator is just, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, he said that. But how the young ones be trying to be like, yeah, but da 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 da, whatever, right? Also, another thing, I don't want to say red flag. Oh, they gonna jump me. I remember that also, like, again, you have to hit all the points. And again, with all these things, again, remember it for the end, y'all. When he said he was 2 years younger, I was like, oh, nah, blah, blah. He was like, chill. Like, I'm cool, though. I'm cool. He was pleading his case. Also, I remember I posted something about my height, and he was like, wait, how tall are you? And I told him how tall I am. And he was like, oh, yeah, you're pretty tall. But, like, I love, like, it fits you. Like, you look really good. You look tall. I was just curious. And I was like, how tall are you? Y'all, this man said 5'9". Okay, to girls who aren't tall or to men who like to fight, that might not be short, but 5'9" is almost looking me in the eyes. We're almost the same height. So again, I was like, but he was fine. The conversation was flowing. I prefer a 6 feet plus as a tall queen, but again, we moved. He was pleading his case with that. He was cool. So basically, me and this man are talking like kind of nonstop for days. Like at first I'm like excited, like my love life is boring, like just slid in, like, you know what I'm saying? But it was one of those things where like he was cool, but sometimes the conversation like kind of got slow and I like wouldn't really know what to say. Like y'all know when someone says something and then you're just like, "Oh yeah, that's cool." Cause like there was times in like the 3 days where I was like, I'm kind of cool with the conversation dying. Like he's not that interested. Like he is, but you know what I'm saying? When it's just like I've had times like with people who have become my boyfriends where it's like from the first conversation, it was just like locked in. I was immediately like, wow, I love talking to them. Like I want to FaceTime tonight. Like I didn't feel that way about this man. But even when I slowed down, and sometimes he would kind of like lag too, um, he would always like pick it back up, like slide up on something else. So I was like, oh, so okay, he's interested and he's keeping it going. Because also sometimes when a man slides in, they're not about anything. Sometimes the conversation just dies, but he kept this flame alive for like 3 days. So, I'm casually just chatting with him. He's cool. But then this one day comes, okay? The third day, whatever day we're on comes, where again, if you guys are new here, you've seen my other story times and you know how I am, and you also know that I am a Scorpio woman and I'm fucking crazy. No, I'm playing. No, I'm playing. That's in the past. That's in the past. But anyway, um, I can't breathe. I can't like breathe function without something being intentional. Like, you know what I'm saying? This guy was fine. He was cool, but also like it wasn't. I was like, I don't know where this is going because I'm like, you're not super consistent, but you're keeping the conversation together even when I'm thinking it's about to die. And you know what I'm saying? So I was like, one day we were talking all day and like he was communicating with me and stuff like, oh, like, sorry if I'm being slow, I'm doing this, blah, blah. And so we were just yapping and I was like, oh, are you home from whatever you're doing? And he was like, yeah. So I took it upon myself because again, y'all, I'm a Scorpio woman. I can't do anything just for no reason. I've never had a roster. I don't like men enough to talk to multiple with no reason. Like, do you want to like call me eventually? Do you want to like actually see if we vibe? Like, what's the point of me having an Instagram conversation for 3 days nonstop and it's just like, you know? You know what I'm saying? That's just how I am. To each its own. I do this to every man. Like I said, unless it clicked how it has for me before in the past with certain men. Where I was basically like, I'm just gonna ask him kind of like what he wants. Oh, wait, y'all. I forgot. Okay, I'm sorry. I forgot to backtrack real quick. Backtrack real quick. I also want to mention that in the days leading up to this point, also this man was very complimentary. Like I remember he would slide up when I was posting stuff. I remember he said this one word and was like, I was like, now I gotta look up what that means. And I was like, oh, it basically just meant like really, really pretty. And he was like, yeah, that's the only way to describe how beautiful you. He was flirting. He was like, I remember we talked about driving. I was like, I hate driving. Not gonna lie, I've dated guys long distance and they always come to me. I hate driving. He was like, oh, perfect. I love a passenger princess. So he was flirting and complimenting me and doing all these things. Like I said, remember that? Remember all these things he was doing for it to come to this point of male audacity, as they do in every story time I tell. So once again, we're back to the third day where I'm basically just gonna ask him like, what's the point of this? Do you want something, you know, because there's not really a point. I don't really see a point in this conversation so far. So I basically am just like, okay, can I ask you something? He's like, yeah. I was like, well, I mean, you slid up, you followed me, and you've been really chill talking to me so far. But I was like, we've kind of just been yapping like for 3 days straight. And I was like, I was kind of curious, like, what was your intention with talking to me for this long? I was like, are we just like cool mutuals and you just enjoy talking to me? Or I was like, is this like, would you want to like hang out with me eventually? Like, I was like, basically, like, what's your intentions? That's what I was asking. And it started off cool. Right before they get trifling, right? This man hearted the message. I'm like, okay, he's typing for a long time. Yeah, and I gotta make you nervous. Yeah. I love putting men on the spot, guys. It's my favorite hobby. So basically, this man is typing for super long and then he sends a paragraph back and it looks really nice. He has like emojis and stuff. And he was like, oh, you're really cool and stuff too. But he was like, I'm honestly just looking for friends. Okay. A man who just said, perfect. I want you to be my passenger princess. You're so beautiful. Get the fuck. Okay, let me finish. So he's like, I'm just looking for friends. Honestly, I'm not in a place to be in a relation. He texts this whole paragraph of like, boy, I don't care about all that. Like, all you have to, you know, when men just, he was like, I just came out of a place of finally learning to be alone. So I'm not really in a space to be in a relationship or anything like that. So yeah, I just think you could be a cool friend. I'm like, okay. I'm about to respond. He double texts another paragraph. Again, telling me his life story. I didn't ask for all that. He's like, honestly, I don't want to sound like a victim, but I've just been done dirty time and time again that I'm really just looking for friends. And yeah, I don't have too many intentional friends like that. So yeah, that's all I was looking for. Huh. Like it was kind of like one of those things. I'm not trying to make fun of like people who have been done dirty, like we all have before, but it kind of seemed like the second paragraph he was trying to like get sympathy for me. Like I didn't ask for all that. If you said you're just looking for friends, why are you telling me about your relationship? Like it gave like he wanted me to like continue and ask more, and I didn't. So basically, I read that and I'm like super content. I'm like, okay, perfect. Like, what is the point of me talking nonstop throughout my day to a man for like half the week who's not interested in hanging out with me, who's not interested in me in that way, even though you're lying? Because all the compliments and all the courage it took to slide into my DMs and you want to get my attention, get a fallback so bad just because you wanted a friend. Why'd you want to be my friend? What was so interesting about me? Like, men just be lying. But again, so I was just like, okay, cool, I got my answer. So I responded and I was like, okay, cool, thanks for letting me know. I was like, I don't really see a point in continuing like to talk to you throughout the day if you're just interested in me as a friend. Like, I don't really see the point. I was like, I don't mind like talking to you here and there. I'll keep you as a mutual. You're chill. And I was also like, I'm sorry, but I'm not really interested in being friends with someone who's already expressed their attraction to me. Cause what? Like, that's another thing I don't get. Like, oh, my failed talking stage is my best friend now. My failed I don't, I have trouble with this in real life. I've told a couple story times of being friends with men because I don't need to be friends with someone who is attracted to me and has an ulterior motive. Like, you slid in complimenting me and saying all these things. Like, boy, don't do that. Don't do that. And I also added too, like I said, y'all, this man wasn't in my city. What's the point of him saying, oh yeah, I'm looking for a friend? You live over an hour away. Why do I need to maintain a friendship with someone over an hour away? Well, I mean, with a man over an hour away, that's not gonna be my man. Like, I'm sorry, y'all. I might sound like a harsh, evil woman, but actually, I'm not sorry. I don't care. I literally have one male friend, and I feel like we're not even really friends anymore. We don't really talk that much since he moved. Like, I'm just not, the real bitches understand my response. So yeah, I'm basically just like, oh, I'm cool. I listed all those things and I'm like, yeah, I'm cool. And he just responded like, oh, bet, or something like that. Or he said, oh, okay, like whatever. So I just left him on red. I'm like, cool. Like I said, he was cool. Didn't plan on unfollowing him. I'm like, great, got my answer. Because again, what is the point of talking nonstop, updating someone throughout my day who wants to be my friend, even though you're lying? But like, no, we're not doing that. Not doing that. Like, the only man I need to be doing that with is someone who wants to be my man or women. Because I like and enjoy talking to you guys. You know what I'm saying? So I go on about my day. I just like scroll. I'm editing. I come back to Instagram. Guys. And the first thing I see, I'm gonna just randomly give him a name. I swear I'd be giving people names and story times and I never use it again, but whatever. We're gonna call him Bill. I see Bill has a story. I watched Bill's story. He's posted up with the selfie. Maybe it was a coincidence, guys. Maybe it was a coincidence. Like, men always clown on women like, yeah, they post stuff for attention, for you to say something or to see what you missed out on. Boys do it too, because I'm like, why did the conversation end 2 minutes ago and now you post it up? But like, whatever, okay? I watched his story. I click past it. I'm scrolling. I swipe over to my messages. Maybe one of my friends sends me a meme or something. And I see Bill has a note. Bill has a note. Guys, why is Bill's notes? I should have known again. Young ho and a man who always got a note. You not for me, babe. Why is his note whatever in all caps? your note 2 minutes after a girl rejected you, but not even rejected you because you were looking for a friend, right? After our conversation ended, post it up on your story, and then whatever in all caps. Um, I'm clutching my pearls. See, like I said, I was literally carrying on about my day. Cause again, I'm like, cool. Like y'all know, actually, I guess y'all don't know who I am, but like people in real life do. But as crazy as people want to say, like girls in general, but even like Scorpios are like crazy and stuff. Like once I get my answer or my clarification on things, I'm literally so chill. Like I said, okay, cool. Like I don't gotta worry about what this is with this man and keep talking to a man who doesn't have any real intention with me or an intention that I want, right? Just like anything, like I've had men in relationships with me so shocked where I'm like crying and irritated, and then they explain like, oh, that's not what I meant, I didn't mean it like that, and then I'm like okay, you want me to come over? Like I've literally had a man I dated before be like, this is so scary how you were just angry crying and now you're cracking jokes. Like, you're really scaring me. But like, after I get my clarification, I'm cool. So, like I said, when this man said that, I was cool, just mind my business. But you want to say whatever and throw shade at me on your notes? So I'm like, okay, like I said I was gonna keep him on, but I was like, you want to be childish and throw shade at me over notes, over not even really rejected you because you don't want me like that, right? So I unfollowed because I'm like, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that, right? So whatever. Again, I unfollow him. I'm like, okay, he's weird for that, but whatever. Unfollowed. Okay, guess I'm not even gonna be cool with you since you moving like that. I move on again. I'm switching through my apps. I get back on Instagram, guys. I get back on Instagram. Again, I'm scrolling through my chats. Probably like another homegirl sent me a meme. But I was like, I noticed Bill's profile picture looked like different. It looked gray. Guys, so I'm like, hmm? So I'm like, I go to Bill's profile and y'all, why does it say like the user not found or like cannot access? He blocked me. He blocked me, y'all. Like, literally, when I saw this, I busted out laughing. Because I was just like, ain't no way, right? And I even confirmed it because I have two Instagrams, if you guys don't know. Like, I have one that I've had forever, and then the other one I actually post on. And so I sent his account to my other one, like, that has a different email. Because, you know, like, if you block an Instagrams that are made under the same email, it'll block all accounts. I'm like, y'all, I couldn't access it from my other account either. I'm like, he got so mad he blocked my other Instagram that I didn't even follow him on. Y'all, I'm cracking up because I just think it's so funny. Like, I'm telling my best friend because I had mentioned, like, I was hanging out with my homegirl the day before and I mentioned who I was texting. I was like, I don't know, he's cool, but I don't know really know where it's going. And getting blocked by a man literally just made my day. And guys, that rarely happens to me too because I literally block men first. I block men first. But I was just gagged, like, the male audacity is so funny because, like I said, I'm like, one, this man was so calculated at how he got me, story like you're blah, blah, blah. And then we're talking. You're pleading your case with you being short. You're pleading your case with you being 2 years younger than me. You're like, doing all these things like, yeah, I need me a passenger princess, blah, 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 blah. School's almost out. Like, you're doing all these things, like, knowing that he was interested in me in that way. And then when I asked you, he said, oh, I'm looking like when I was talking with my friend about this, I was like, I know I'm not tripping, explaining how like this man wanted me, but then he said the friend thing, right? Because I was like, why would you even be saying all that? But I'm like, why did he say that and then get so mad when I said I'm good? Because the male audacity, like I was like, did he say that because like I know a lot of men, people in general, are afraid to say what they really want because everybody is not looking for a relationship or seriousness scares them. Like we live in that bullshit. society. So I'm like, I don't know if it was that or what, or like even when I said too how I was like, I'm not trying to be friends with someone that already expressed my attraction to, like you could have been honest there. But I was like, why is this man who knew me for 3 days so mad that I rejected him? But I didn't even really reject him because you said you were looking for friends, right? Passenger princess, and I'm the most beautiful girl you've ever seen, but oh, I was just looking for a friend. Okay. Okay. Guys, that story was just so funny to me. I don't know. And I feel like you guys would find it too. And I also feel like with almost every damn story I tell, someone can relate to this. Cause it's just like, what is the issue with the audacity? And like I said, not saying things you really want and like getting my like I literally just found that story so funny because I was like, why did this man get so mad, shade me on his thing? And then also I'm like, I wonder if he just blocked me or if he blocked me when I saw I unfollowed him. Like, baby, get some therapy. Cause why are you that mad? Why are you that mad? Dodge the bullet as I do with all these fucking story times I tell. But anyway, thank you guys for listening to another story time. Let me know if it made you giggle and crack up like it did for me on the day this happened. And yeah, don't forget to hype this video, like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.